Hi, Sharif. What do you want to talk about, mate?
Basically Mourinho, man. Same thing I guess everyone else is talking about.
Okay,
I'm
go
kind
ahead.
of like with the last call, like in the sense of, I kind of think people are just expecting a lot more than Mourinho basically does, anyways, in terms of his slow football and the quick success. I don't know what everyone's kind of expecting in what's called the Ferguson way, when he doesn't actually do that, anyways.
Okay. Why do you think that is then?
Um, I think the problem is that everybody kind of like are still kind of living in the Ferguson era and kind of still look up to that. So when you look at football now, it's almost like, obviously it's very boring, but Mourinho is only really here for a quick succession. He's not really here to be here for 10, 15 odd years. Mourinho literally just going to come here, get a couple of trophies, and then keep it moving. He's going to leave. Once he's kind of like built the success that he thinks can satisfy his kind of like ego, he'll just be gone.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm just
mean,
wondering what you think about that.
I'm trying to listen to what he's saying as well because I'm looking at the live comments. He's actually doing his interview at the moment, and I think he's thrown a few players under the buses. I'm sorry to being so ignorant to your question here, but I've got it up on like subtitles as to what he's saying, and
It's all right. It's all right.
okay. Sorry, what was the question there?
So I was saying, don't you think that the Man United fans are expecting too much of a of a Ferguson way, when Mourinho literally is only here to grab a couple of trophies and then kind of like leave once he's gained the ego of what he's trying to win? Like he's only here to win one or two trophies, and then once he's got United to where United should be, I don't think Mourinho will be here. He's not a long-term manager. He's kind of like a short-term.
Well, he's just said there that there's some players with a lack of class and a lack of desire in a Manchester United shirt, and Scholes has come out and said that should have been said after the Sevilla game. It's interesting, isn't it? This is a squad that he's worked with for 18 months, and he says that players are hiding behind people and not stepping up. As a player, that's going to be pretty damning for a manager to be saying to that publicly, that your desire is being questioned and you're hiding on a football pitch. So I just think we're sort of moving from one lack of I don't know. I'm just very interested. I mean, what do you think about that? Mourinho publicly coming out and now slating his players. I think this should have been done after Sevilla and not tonight.
Yeah, he shouldn't really be slandering the players, but I think the problem is that the players aren't necessarily the players that he wants. And I think I look at what Mourinho's done at other clubs, and I think Mourinho is trying to play these so-called like fringe players, or should I say not very good players, to try and make it sound like he's still a very good manager. I still think he's trying to prove to the media that he's a good manager by trying to play these so-called not so good players like the Ashley Young, the Fellaini's, to try and build his ego that he is this very good manager and it's not another Pep Guardiola that always needs money, but it doesn't seem to be working for him.
No, I mean, what do you expect him to do in the summer? I mean, I think we've had the conference yesterday. We've had what he's just said there about certain players. I think that's going to be the end for some players. A lot of people are speculating that it's Martial, Luke Shaw. But what do you expect? I mean, the reality is he's almost playing a catch-up game in relation to media relations now. He's got to desperately try and win the fans back, and those sort of comments some fans will agree, some won't, and I don't know. I just think he's now gone and done another press conference that sort of adds fire to the other press conference. It's like there's controversy every time he opens his mouth at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of what I think will happen in the summer, it's difficult because you look at how Man City are going, you look at the kind of strike force of Liverpool, you're kind of looking at United, and it's like the midfield is a huge problem. You got the left back, and then you got the defensive pairing issue, and then you even got the Sanchez situation. Is Martial still going to be there as well? Doesn't really look like it at this moment of time. So he needs to spend at least 300 million to even get close to Man City, just because Man City will be able to strengthen again with another 300 million if they want to.
Well, he said that yesterday, didn't he? He said that yesterday that It's
Yeah.
that if they spend any more money in the summer, no matter how much I spend, I can't catch them. So that, in some fans' views, that's pretty much throwing the title in for next year.
100%. I think Mourinho is playing a very clever game because what he's basically already starting to do is bring in these so-called problems of next season before it's even began. So let's say Man United can't spend 300 million. We spend 150 million. We finish second again. Mourinho's just going to come out and say, well, last season I did tell you, Man City spent money. You know, there's going to be a lot of problems. So he's already throwing in the towel anyway. And we can all see that. But it's just Mourinho trying to create less problems for next season and almost trying to fool the fans in a way by basically telling the fans that, look, if we can't match Man City, you can't really come back to me next season and say, oh, why are we not fighting for the league? Because we ain't spent the money.
No, I agree. It's we'll have to just wait and see, but it's getting more and more interesting.